What is up, guys? MACABESPEED coming at you. Great episode for you today on the brand new to market BinTac T50 semi-automatic 50 caliber air gun. Now, there's been a lot of semi-automatic air guns that have come down the pipe in the last 10 years, elevating the capability of what an air gun is actually capable of. This is different. Not only does it have a completely new air system as opposed to the previous generation S45s, but it's also in the very venerable 50 caliber. Muzzle loaders have used 50 caliber for hundreds of years to put things in the ground. So it's an absolutely time-tested round, and we'll see what we can do today. 235 grains on the ammunition we'll be using, and I've got a very special comparison for you guys as well. Now, this is the same exact fill that I actually pulled it out of the box with and got it set up with when it initially arrived at my house. No pressure loss whatsoever for the last 2 weeks. Now, obviously, from what I'm hearing and the rumors around the internet, right, the interweb itself, I've been hearing this is extremely loud, so I can't shoot this at my house, even if it was legal. I live in a city where it's completely illegal to shoot a BB gun. I know, it's California, it sucks, right? But it is what it is. So we're here today and we're gonna do some solid testing for you guys. I've got 2 magazines already loaded up, and I've got my target set up at 17 yards. Already bore sighted, less talky, more shooty. Let's get into it. All right. Now, the other thing that I don't see a lot of people really talking about is the fact that the price point of $1,600 from BinTac actually builds in this great form fit kit. Pay no attention to these high capacity magazines. We'll deal with those later. But it does come with this good case and 2 magazines also, right? So we have 2 rotary magazines ready and locked and loaded, 100% loaded up with Jim's 235 grain ammunition. I know that you guys expect me to do a bunch of wild shit and just break the gun right out of the gate, but that's not how this review is going to go. And I'm only doing approved actions, right? I've been accused of being a gun breaker before, but not today. Went into battery, no problem. Right side target. 585 velocity. 580. 579. That's real consistent, just straight up. That's really consistent for a big bore air gun to have that stable of a shot string. 574. 564, 1 shot left. 560. So this thing is absolutely sipping on the air charge, not just draining it like a typical big bore in my collection might. Like the AEA Zeus, I get 5 shots and we're done, right? This is not that bad. 6 shots, downrange, sitting at about 3,000 PSI. Now, I've been assured from BinTac LLC that I can shoot this all the way down to 2,200 PSI without any catastrophic failures from the gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and take him at his word, right? There's a GoPro right here recording a lot of frames a second, so we'll see if something fails. But I have great faith that I've been told the truth. I think we can find out together. Okay. Same situation as the S45. I just kind of set it in that channel right there and then give it a quick thumb home. Easy into battery, no fighting it. Left side target. Oh, I suppose I should be giving you velocity. You get the shot string on the screen, but it's 551 on the 3rd shot. Pulled it. 546. 538. What's the pressure level? 2,500. Still running. 535. Am I out of ammo? I'm out of ammo. So it did miss registering one of my shots. I've got 11 instead of 12 registered on the chronograph, but we did get 12 shots sent down range with pretty good energy and effectiveness and decent accuracy considering it's simply bore sighted, not really fine-tuned. Let's change out our pasters and see what else we can do with this. All right, gentlemen, we did top back up off the tank. I do have a smaller tank, and you know how temperature affects pressure in these things. You've been on my channel long enough, you would understand this. So we're at the 4,000 PSI mark, which is the max the tank can give us. We're gonna go ahead and see if we get a little bit of increase in velocity over our last shot string. I'm gonna give you guys 2 more volleys, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make the attempt attempt at what you guys all really want to see, which is these extended magazines. If it proves that it's going to be working great, that's the best time to go ahead and try and potentially break it, right? So we'll see if these new magazines run, if we get through all 12 of these rounds successfully. Since we've already kind of locked down a little bit of what the accuracy and energy looks like velocity-wise, I'm going to click these off a little bit more quickly, just to go ahead and give you an example that it can be done. Six locked out. And that is one cool thing. BinTac did think about that as far as not giving us that weird dry fire at the end of what most magazines in the PCP world will give you. Locking the bolt back is a huge advantage in this rifle for sure. Left side target. 548 velocity on the last shot, and I'll go ahead and throw the shot string from the Garmin up on the screen for you guys to check out as far as what the shot string actually looks like. But so far, we're 24 rounds in with absolutely no failures at all. That's better than I can say about my S45s in general in the entire history of ownership. So the T50 so far, bright start. All right, dudes. I've got two different spring combinations for these magazines. We went ahead and printed up a bunch of mag bodies and all of the internal components necessary to get these tested. And like I said, two different spring categories. Let's go ahead and do the heaviest one that I have first. Just really bet on success. Let's do the heaviest spring that I have first. I know that these things need extra pressure to run. And we're going to test the extendos the same way we do with the S45. I'm putting one round in this thing first, just to see if the follower will lock the gun out or if it's going to dump all the pressure in the tank because it dry fires. Sitting at about 3,300 PSI. Magazine is loaded. In battery. All my cameras running? Yeah, everything's running. Okay, good. Right side target. Fire. Does not lock out. Does not lock out, so I might need a little bit of extra ass on this spring to get it to lock out because the bolt came forward more quickly than the follower was able to stop it from getting back into the barrel. Let's go ahead and put 5 in it and see what happens. All right, now I did go ahead and actually give you one additional to that, which I said I was going to load up. Got 6 in this magazine at this point, and we'll see if it runs. Honestly, why did I put 6 instead of 5? Because that's what the factory magazine holds. Based on the swimming success that I had with the first 4 magazines, if there's any failures at this point, I blame it on the magazine spring design, not the gun. Did not cycle. Now it's jammed. Oh, I thought it was jammed into oblivion. Nope, but I could see immediately, if not sooner, that this mag is not going to go ahead and work for me. I've never lied to you guys. I've never put a product out there just to try and sell them knowing that they're bullshit. This is the testing that I like to show you guys to keep this channel genuine. Right now, I think that we've learned in the first few shots, my extended magazines still need some work to go ahead and get them verified as being acceptable and equal to the reliability of the factory stuff. Let's go ahead and go back to what was giving us the success in the first place, load up these factory mag, and see if we can really click some rounds off. All right, guys, we got 2 more magazines loaded up, and I'm going to go ahead and tether this thing just so that we get maximum performance out of it. I am not too proud to go ahead and say my own magazines failed for us in this test. Seems like the machine's ironed out to the point where the magazines and the factory rifle are working together at a high enough level to where they might not, I hate to say it, right, might not need my mags. If these mags work good enough, people will probably just stick with them. A little bit of research and development still to do on that, but we still have a lot of time and ammunition here on the range day and make good use of it. See what we can do. Honestly, Phil's Hobby Stop in Fairbanks, Alaska was great as far as facilitating getting this T50 into our hands today. And I don't want to just purposely break it. So having seen the first failure, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I don't induce any other failures by allowing it to get to too low of a pressure level. Let's get a factory magazine back into the breech. We do have our pony tank from AIRGUNtactical.com. Still rocking and rolling for us. Thanks very much for that. And quick as I can go, left side target. Not terrible, not terrible. And tethered up, I'm getting a better velocity. So 582 on the velocity for that volley. 100% dumped every single round in the magazine out the way that my own design magazine failed to do. So I don't know, you know, I mean, people wanted to give the T50 a lot of hate when it initially hit the market conceptually, like this is coming out. But it seems like in actuality, it's a really reliable rifle for me so far at the range today. It feels weird to say reliable and BinTac in the same sentence, but I don't know, this one really is. And go. 5.83 velocity, so extremely stable. They've really dialed this valve to the point where it's going to be reliable for general population usage. I'm happy with it. I mean, what else do you really want? Locking magazine breech? Magazine that kicks the bolt back after it's expended all the ammunition? 583 feet per second at approximately 3,000 PSI? And hits on target. I didn't have a single jam all day. The only thing I have left on the table for you guys is just to go ahead and compare it to something in the firearm world that has a very similar round. What else do you know that has a 230, 235 grain ammunition typically on tap in the magazine? It's going to be a 45 ACP, and this one that we're going to be testing today, Glock 21. Let's see if we can do equal or better to what the T50 just did. If the T50 is more accurate than I am at this distance, it's got to be considered a viable option. I don't know that I can actually match the accuracy with my Glock 21 at this distance that I was able to lay down with the T50, so it should be a good comparison. Let's see what happens, guys. Pretty awesome. Glock 21, O sight, red dot sight on it, so that should help us a little bit. Let's see what we can do. 'Not really that inspiring. I think the T50 is absolutely smoking my Glock right now. I understand that they're two different platforms, but you have to give credit to the apples comparison of 235 grains, 230 grains. Green dot hollow sun, red dot O sight. I mean, there's not really too terribly many differences. I'm only getting 815 feet per second velocity out of the Glock, so it's not really that much more velocity either. I think this is a good test, and we're gonna go ahead and throw one more magazine down there just to go ahead and finalize the point. Really try. .784 on that last velocity from the 45, so it actually is fairly close between the 590s and the 780s that we're seeing here. I know it's a couple hundred feet per second, but it's also a completely different propulsion source. Gunpowder makes velocity just on the physics of it, whereas the air pressure has to work just a little bit harder to make somewhere close to the same energy. This would be an absolutely great place to end this introductory episode on the T50, but if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. You want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so you can stay current on the channel as well as when these videos come out. If you really like what you saw today, bring you the absolute cutting edge on today's big bore air guns, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it. And I'll catch you boys in the next one.